Hey, it's Jason from Pro Guitar Studio. Today we're going to learn how to figure things out by ear. So this is a video for those of you who have never done this before, and if you want to try to figure a song out, for example, just by using your ear and not having to rely on tablature, or if you just want to get more comfortable hearing things maybe that you hear in your head and you want to express yourself a bit more, this will be a great lesson for you. So if you've done a lot of transcription before, like you've actually been able to pick up songs and figure out the notes for that, this may not be at the level for you. It might be a little too easy. But if you've never done this before, this is a great way to get started. And I'm going to sort of walk you through how to figure out notes that you're hearing from a recording or in your head, how to figure those out step by step, okay? So first off, we're going to start off with understanding how I'm going to go through this video. So I have this other camera set up, and all you can see is my face. So I can play a note, and you can't see what I'm doing, okay? Whereas this camera here, you can actually see what I'm playing if you want to figure out what my fingers are doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to help you figure out how to actually play a note or hear a note and play it on your guitar. So you need a guitar for this. You need to make sure you're in tune. That's the most important part. All right, so we're going to switch over to this camera here, and I'm going to play a note on my loop pedal, okay? So I'm going to play this note. It's on the first string. So keep in mind, on the first string, I'll show you again, on string number 1, the one towards the floor, okay, the high E string. I'm going to play a note on that, and your job is to try to figure out which fret I am playing. So don't worry about the note name, don't worry about anything else, worry about what the fret number is, and I'm only going to play from the open string up to fret number 12, so nothing too high. So if you're playing the acoustic, you can do this as well. And like I said, just try to figure out which fret that I'm playing. And I'll sort of walk you through the first step here in terms of how you'd figure that out, okay? So I'll first play this note. So here's a note that I'm going to play. I'm going to play it 4 times so that it loops over and over, okay? There we go. So with that being said, if I have this note playing in the background, the first step is to try to figure out what that note is. So when that is being played, I'm going to play any note on the first string. Okay, so your job is to figure out, is the note that you're hearing, the note that's being played on the loop pedal, is that higher or lower than the note that you are playing? Or you can look at it like, is the note that you're playing higher or lower than the note that you're hearing, right? So when I'm playing through this one here, when I'm playing fret number 2, I can hear myself that that's lower than the note that I want to get. So I have to go up higher, and I have to keep trying to go until I hit that note. So keep one note at a time. Not it. Getting closer. Not it. Here we go. So here when you hit it, it's a distinct sound. It sounds like a unison note. It's the same thing. It's not like this. All right? So you're going to try to think of, is the note that you're playing higher or lower than the note that you're hearing? And then one note at a time, try to figure out where that note is. So you're going to have to move up one fret at a time to try to figure out what that note is. I'll do one more example here, and then we can sort of take it from there, okay? Delete my loop pedal. Okay, so here's the second note. Okay, so you hear that? So I'm going to play a random note on string number 1. Let's say fret number 7. Let's try that same one we finished with. So I can tell it's not the same note. When you hear the note that's being played, I know that I'm higher. Now, it might take a while to understand whether you're higher or lower, but I'm going to keep going down lower to try to find that note. Hear how that sounds there? Okay? So that's what you're looking for. So I'm going to try this with a few different examples for you. If you need to pause the video and return back to it, I'll do 4 examples where you can't see my hand, and your job is to try to figure out what note that I'm playing, okay? And like I said, you can just sort of rewind the video if you need to. But at the end, I'll tell you the fret numbers that I played. Delete that. There we go. Okay. So you won't be able to see my hands. I'm starting off with the first example. Here we go. So example 1, okay? I'll pause that there. So that was example 1. Here's example 2. I know it probably sounds annoying to hear that in the background. Example 3. And example 4. Okay, so the answers for that, if you wanted to go over those, fret number 10, 6, 0, and 11. Which sounds like nothing when you put those together. It doesn't sound like music, but we're just trying to find those pitches. Okay, so 10, 6, 0 are open, and 11. All right, so that's the first step, is try to be able to identify single notes. Now, this video, like I said, I'm just going through the process. So if you need to work on that more, you have to find a way to work on it for yourself. And that could be finding someone to play single notes for you on a guitar and see if you can match it, or trying to find ear training exercises that work on the same thing, okay? So we're gonna go now to multiple notes. I'm gonna do 4 notes at a time on the first string. And the whole idea is the same thing here, trying to figure out one note at a time, whether the note you're playing is higher or lower than the note that you're hearing. And you're gonna try to find that, step by step. So I'll do 2 examples where we do 4 notes on the first string. So here we go. Again, you won't be able to see what I'm playing. Just deleting my loop there. Okay, so I'm gonna loop this first one, and there's gonna be 4 notes. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starts again, okay? And I'll sort of signify when it starts again. Right there. So rewind that if you need to, okay? Keep going over that, and once you figure out what you think it is, okay, so the whole idea here is not to be perfect. If you got notes wrong, that's totally normal, and that's all part of the process. I even still get notes wrong when I'm doing the transcription. I'll go through it the next day and realize my mistakes, that I heard something in a different way, and that's totally normal, and everyone does it, okay? So now, just to go over here, oh, you can't see my fingers there. Here we go. So I'm gonna do 5, or I did 5, 7, 4, 0. So 5, 7, 4, 0 was what I played. So that's the first example. Here's the second example, okay? So we'll switch gears here. I'm gonna delete my loop pedal. Here we go. So example number 2. Starts right there. Starts here. Right there. So what I played there was 10, 9, 7, 5. Again, 10, 9, 7, 5. All right, cool. So we'll do the same thing now, but I'm gonna go to the second string, okay? So same idea, delete my loop pedal. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. Twice more. All right, so what I played there on string number 2 was 8, 10, 11, 7. And like I said before, don't be upset if you got something wrong. It's part of the whole process, okay? So if you got completely wrong notes, just keep doing this over and over, right? Just keep trying exercises like this. Now, doing this to a song is much more challenging because in a song we have multiple things happening. We have maybe guitar, bass, vocals, a whole range of things happening. The mix might be higher or lower in certain parts. If you're trying to find guitar parts out, they can be challenging depending on the song. And you might not know what string to start on, right? So I'm just giving you a nice, easy way to start off with just 4 notes, and I'm telling you the string to play it on. And we're not doing multiple strings. We're not going through and like doing 3 strings, 4 strings. We're going through just 1 string at a time. So we'll do the final string here, string number 3, and we're just starting off with the treble strings today, just to see if you can get a handle on this. So here's string number 3. I'll do the same thing. We'll just start off from the beginning here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twice more. All right, so notes that I was playing there, 2, this is on the G string, the 3rd string, 2, 4, 5, 9. All right, so like I said, a real song is gonna be more challenging than this. If you've never done this before and you went through today and you got all the answers right, that's awesome. If you got half of them right, that's great too. If you didn't get anything right, that's totally fine. Do the video again. So no worries with that. The more you do this, the more comfortable you'll get. And we'll start off with just a guitar like this, just to make it simpler for you. But when you start to graduate to songs, my suggestion is to do a vocal line and not a guitar line to start. So try to see if you can find a song that's pretty simple vocally. And if it's a song that you can hum along to, it's even better because you could actually hum the song. Once you listen to it, you can hum the notes and try to find them on your guitar. Pick 1 string and to see if you can find them on 1 string. A good string to start with is the 3rd string. A lot of melodies will sort of end up on that string, the mid-range. So see if that works for you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, this is just a very simple starter video here for how to use your ear to hear songs or to figure songs out. But again, questions, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this each week. See you later.